This is our first date night in 8 weeks.
Yes.
Mila's 8 weeks old today. So we've left her for an hour, we've gone and got changed. Got some Nando's back at Ronnie's.
Yeah.
There was a corporate guy from Royal Bank of Canada who sponsored it, and he started trying to come over and have a chat with us, and I was like, oh my goodness, this corporate guy, what does he know about anything that we're going through? And then he sat down, and he was the reason they're here is because he lived there for 6 weeks with his boy 5 years ago, and now he's giving back, which is like amazing in my brain how I went from judging to oh, fair enough, come and sit at our table. So yeah, now we're going to go in and make the 7 o'clock feed.
Yep, and
Plug
get
her in.
her back on dialysis for the night.
In a timely fashion.
Yes. Oh my gosh, not like last night.
It's been a big learning curve this week. The NG tube came flying out. That was kind of my fault. Once you press the go button, which is prime, you have an hour to get her started. And because I let the NG thing come out, we ran out of time.
And then I cried because I got to see her beautiful face without an NG on it. But we only had it off for 5 minutes because she needed the feed at 10.
Yeah.
And then we did the feed and we took too long. And then we'd missed the window, so we had to reset the whole machine.
And that's like a once a month opportunity where
Yeah.
it comes off and changes it because it's hard for her to change it. So you want to enjoy the full. So sorry about that, baby.
It's okay.
You've been very forgiving.
She was going to pull it off.
That's true.
At some point.
But maybe not.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be much more timely tonight. Go back in, check everything's all right, and then we're going to go for dinner at the place we had our first date in Waterloo.
Yeah, the Duke of Sussex.
Everyone is aligned, the consultants, the nurses, that our hopeful release date
Fingers
to
crossed.
release us into hybrid home hospital life, our first stint at home, however else you want to say it, that acknowledges that we might well be back here in varying capacities. It might be next Tuesday, a week from today.
Yes.
By this
9
time
weeks
next week,
birthday.
huh?
Mila's 9-week birthday.
9-week birthday.
Yeah.
By this time next week, we might be gearing up to sleep in our own bed for the first time.
To sleep in the same bed for the first time
yeah.
in several weeks. And we did sleep in a single bed for a month on the Gosh, the Great Ormond Street Hospital ward.
To be in our own bed,
Yeah.
to have brought our bubs home, to be trained up Mila nurses. I mean, we've learned a lot.
Yeah.
And
administering medication, everything to do with dialysis. I changed the dressing around her catheter earlier, and that's like diffusing a bomb. I think sterile environments. Oh my gosh,
it's been amazing having Katie, the PD nurse, the perinatal dialysis nurse, coaching us.
Is it peritoneal or perinatal?
It's peritoneal, because you're right, because
It's definitely not.
perineum. Yeah, it's definitely not perineum dialysis. That would be a different thing.
Oh no.
No, because I remember a peritoneal.
Oh,
So that is,
okay.
it is. Seems like it's still working.
Oh my goodness, how did that survive?
That is how the catheter is going to feel when we try not to break it at home.
Your phone just fell.
My phone is the cat with 9 lives. Okay, so we need to go. I don't know, what time is it?
Time to go. It is
57.
6:57.
That means we're probably 3 minutes late. Anyway, a week till maybe
Weeks of
going home.
potential home date. Oh my gosh.
And I also had a very exciting meeting today because 6 weeks ago, lying on the floor at Gosh, I did some research to say because what we're getting is treatment. We're not getting therapy. It's not making Mila's kidney better. Managing her homeostasis, her well-being, by replacing that function. I googled, is there anybody doing therapy? I found this guy. He happens to be at Bristol University, happens to be in the same life sciences department as Steve Simpson, who we've been working with on the ocean work for the last 3 years. He very generously and kindly made an introduction. Moin Salim is this guy's name. We then got together for a Zoom yesterday. Nice birds.
Really nice.
I said, the reason I'm interested, I'll tell you, is because we're, our daughter, we're in Evelina. He said, I'll be there tomorrow. He never comes here. So we just met this afternoon with him. I met with him and the CEO of Kidney Research UK. And we had just such an expansive conversation, just 45 minutes intro, but of what would radical hypothesis mean? What does a radical imagination mean in the therapeutic space for kidneys? She said her charity is 16 million, but could easily be 100 million with the need. But kidneys just aren't understood. They're just not well marketed.
Yeah, not well marketed, and even
Yeah.
our friend at Great Ormond Street, she was annoyed that Great Ormond Street always posts about cancer, and we know that cancer is a really important and huge topic that affects so many people, but never post about kidneys. And even on World Kidney Day, they posted about kidney cancer, and so
Yeah.
she became a keyboard warrior and was like advocating for kidneys, and ended up getting all kinds of stuff. Like they sent a ballerina to go and like dance for her children.
I think they felt bad about it, but essentially kidneys are vital.
underrepresented.
They are, as Moyne says, the world's most sophisticated filter. They have all kinds of systemic roles in our survival and thriving and balance.
Crucial for the heart.
Crucial for the heart,
yeah, we
managing
always
things like
think
potassium.
Heart is the organ that you go to first,
Yeah.
isn't it? As the main, the key thing. But actually, the kidneys, without the
Yeah.
kidney function, the heart can't cope.
In a way, kidneys are kind of upstream from everything we care about. Do you know what I mean? Because if they don't do their job, they facilitate growth. They facilitate the management of the electrolytes like potassium that keep your heart, that you know and care about, in balance and in good regulation. So in a way, they're kind of undervalued because they're not in the limelight, if you like, but they are behind the scenes making sure everything works. And they're important because when they blimmin' don't, we've got machines, we've got nutrients, we've got meds, we've got a whole array, a whole plethora of interventions to try and do what this underrated organ does without any of our attention. So excited to see where that goes. We were asking, like, is there any good kidney art, and could we tell the story of the nephrons and the podocytes and the kind of cool little space age sounding things inside the kidney that do all this good work. So anyway, I got excited about that. It's all coming together. We're going to go check she's all right.
Yeah, I know. We definitely are 1 minute past 7. So
And the next
feed is underway.
the next video we make will either be very, very happy home, or will be probably very, very sad if
Mila
opportunity.
decides that
She just wants a
something
bit
else
more
is-
hospital time.
Yeah.
Anyway, big shout out to Katie for looking after us the last couple of weeks and getting us
Trained up.
nurse ready. We
Yeah.
couldn't have done it without you.
Yeah.
You're a legend. All right, see you soon.
I'll find my way back home. It'll be alright. It's darkest before the dawn, but I'm headed towards the light. Lately I've been feeling low. The rain has slowed and turned to snow. I can feel it in my bones, chasing back